So, hey folks, what's up? I hope you all are good and doing great. So, welcome back to another session on Azure Developer Community on Azure Fundamentals. As you all know, that fundamental is the most important thing for any of the thing you want to learn or you want to achieve. So, today we have a session on Azure Fundamentals, and to take the session on Azure Fundamentals, we have with us Mr. Antrix Pratham, who is a well-known personality in the field of cloud and especially Microsoft Azure because he's a Microsoft certified trainer. Also, he's a 4x Microsoft certified person, so and a multi-faced personality. So I think that he is going to be the one of the finest person to make you understand about the Azure and the fundamentals of Azure. He has taken many sessions, many boot camps with us. So he's going to be a definitely wonderful person to explain each and every concept very beautifully to each and every beginner. And let's start with the session without wasting any time. So over to you, sir.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. And today we are going to be talking about Azure Fundamentals. So, yeah, and please give me a few minutes. I will also share the presentation with you all.
So, guys, till the time the mentor is taking out the presentation and starting up, let me give you an interesting announcement that today we have a giveaway for all of you. So, most active participants will be eligible for getting Azure passes worth $100 each. So, don't forget to ask your queries and just participate in the live chat. And most interactive and most active personalities will be given $100 Microsoft passes. And if you don't know what is the use of Microsoft Azure passes, let me tell you that whenever we are using any of the resources of any of the cloud provider, we need to pay a certain amount. But as a student, it becomes really very heavy for us to pay such a amount uh, to learn or to do some projects and all that stuff. So you can use these passes as your Azure subscription, and with the help of these passes you can prepare some wonderful projects and all those stuff, and then you can showcase those stuffs in your resume. You can show them to your interviewers as well. You can practice the things practically rather than just taking the theoretical sessions. You can directly get your hands dirty with the Microsoft Azure portal. So yeah, if you all are excited, kindly show your excitement in the comment section, guys. So sir, let's start with the session.
Okay. Um, so, are you able to like see my screen? Please let me know. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible, bright and clear.
Great, great. So, we are going to be talking about some of the fundamental concepts of cloud as well as of Azure. So, yes, of course, a very warm welcome to all of you who have joined us. And I'm Antrish Pratham. Varun has given a fantastic introduction. So, I'm Google Cloud and Azure certified. I mostly talk about, I am a Microsoft certified trainer. Apart from that, I have also been a part of DSC CCOE. So, yeah, apart from that, if you want to introduce yourself, if you want to talk about yourself, please feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. If you have worked with Azure, or else if you have any expectations that I want to learn this or I want to learn that, you can share that also in the comments. So these are some of this is the agenda for today. We will be covering the cloud concepts as well as core Azure services, some of the solutions and management tools in Azure. We will be talking about security in Azure, identity, governance, compliance in Azure, as well as Azure cost management and service level agreements. And yeah, so this is the fundamental certification of Azure, which is known as AZ900, and these are some of the things that they will talk about. So as you can see that these are always all of the things that we are talking about, in the modules only. So I don't think we will be able to cover all of the points, but I will definitely try to um, cover as much as possible, so that is there. So if you are having any specific topics that you want to cover, any specific things that you want to see, please feel free to go ahead and talk about that. So this is our first module, which is about the basic cloud concepts. So let us start by having a discussion about what is cloud computing. I hope that my screen is visible. If it is not visible, please let me know. Yeah. So do you think you can share, if you like, I can give few minutes for you all to share what exactly is cloud computing according to you. So please try to be interactive because I would really like that. And even if you don't know anything, that is also perfectly fine. You can say that I'm not aware. And online, Tarun is telling online infrastructure remotely accessible. These are some of the things that he is aware of. So yes, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. And one of the things, yes, as Tarun is also telling that remote access is one of the key features of cloud computing because you already have computing power, right? You all are having laptop, you all are having computer, and forget about laptop actually. You all are having smartphone at least, so which is nowadays more or less having at least all of the features, even if not at that much scale of a you know basic laptop. So and basic thing over here of course is, as you can see over here, that the flexibility and the economy of scale, that is one of the best part of cloud computing. Here you can see some of the different features or different products that are being offered. So we have compute products, we have got networking products, we have got storage as well as analytics products. So yeah, this is the first type of cloud computing, which is public cloud. And I think this is the most famous or most talked about form of cloud computing, which is owned by a cloud service provider. And these are providing the resources and services to multiple organizations, users. And like GCP, AWS, Azure, even Oracle Cloud, all of these, they will come under public cloud provider. And these can be accessed via secure connection. And So all of your data, even though it is there in public cloud, it is there available to everyone, but it is very secure because it is having the investment that companies have done of billions of dollars in cloud computing. So that is there. And yeah, so I think that is all. If you want to add any points, you want to talk about anything that you want, you can feel free to do that also.
So we have a query from John who is asking how to get Azure passes. John, stay with us till the end of the session and try to interact with our mentor as much as possible. Try to ask some relevant questions and doubts and queries, and you'll surely get the Azure passes. We'll tell you the exact procedure by the end of this session. I hope this answers your queries. If you have any other queries, kindly put them in the chat, guys.
Definitely, yes. Thank you so much. And don't worry, you will get, Azure passes and all those things for sure. Now the second one, which is private cloud. Now let us say when we talked about public cloud, right? So we were telling that this data is already there on the internet, even though they are having security, even though they are having different kind of protocols. This data is pretty much there on the internet. And but let us say that there are some really intensive kind of data, like there is banking data or there is medical data. So over there. Uh, the security of the data is very important, because if you are talking about banking data, you are talking about somebody's life savings. You are talking about medical data, you are talking about someone's life. So because of that, even though public cloud is 100, almost 100% actually, not 100%, you can talk like 99% secure, but that 1% also matters when you're talking about someone's life. So that is why private cloud is used. In private cloud, what exactly will happen, that all of the control will be there in the company itself. They will only be taking care of all of the things, and they will be operating all of the services, doing all of the maintenance work, providing the access, all of the different kind of things. So as you can see, there is a lot of control involved, but there is a big problem over here that it is also creating a huge headache. Like let us say if I were to ask you how to configure a virtual machine, will you be able to do it? No, right? Or else let us say fine, I will try to say that yes, you know how to configure a virtual machine. But let us say that I also ask you to configure 10 virtual machines. Like, I mean, you still have a limit, right? So after that limit, you won't be able to help. But still, of course, there are a lot of advantages to private cloud also. But now let us say that there is a third part, which is the hybrid cloud. Now this is the most interesting one, and which is used by most of the companies. Now what exactly happens over here? So public and private, the both will be used by companies. Like let us say if there is somewhat semi sensitive data, they can put on the cloud, so they will be using public cloud for that. If they are having very sensitive data, they can use private cloud. And so like that, they will be dividing the access, they will be dividing the a number of people or whatever it is. Uh, so yeah um, like that, they are ensuring the security of the data. They are also ensuring that their applications are working seamlessly. There is of course one more, which is multi-cloud, and but that is not exactly a model of cloud computing. That is just one of the ways that organizations will be using cloud computing. This is a comparison of the different types of cloud. I guess you can take a moment to go through. You can take a screenshot or something, whatever you like. I will give some time, and then we will go through the points. So, now we will go through the points one by one. I hope that you have, written these down or taken a screenshot or something like that. So, in public cloud, as you can see that whatever the expenditures are there, it can be quickly provisioned, deprovisioned. You are only paying for what you use, so your expenditure is very less. But in private cloud, all of the hardware has to be purchased, all of the configuration has to be made done, all of those extra things are done. But of course, you are having the enhanced level of control, so that is there. In hybrid cloud, you are having the most amount of flexibility, and they are organizations are able to determine where they want to run. They want to run on premise or they want to run on the cloud, so there is a lot of flexibility involved. And all of the, like let us say if you are having any kind of compliance or legal requirement, you can control that also, so that is there. I hope that this is a very good comparison for you. If you want to ask any questions, if you are not able to understand any points, please tell. So yeah, these are some. We will be talking now about. Oh, Corsair is telling that you will be needing Azure in an upcoming internship. So I guess what you can do is, you can create a free account on Azure. I will try to show if time permits how you can create a free account, and you can experiment with it on Azure. And yeah, I hope that it will be really helpful for you. Because see, I always tell that even though you are joining a session, which is quite nice. I will still advise that you are having project based learning. You are able to do some projects. You are able to have the hands on kind of thing, which will only be possible if if you are using Azure from time to time by using free account. I mean, there is paid account of course, but you since you just want to experiment, free account will also be okay. Um, yeah. So these are some of the benefits of cloud, which is high availability, tolerance, scalability, elasticity, global reach, customer latency, agility, predictive cost, security, and disaster recovery. So, if you want to add any more benefits or else you want to talk about any of these points, please feel free to share in the comments down below. Kauser is telling yes, he is having an Azure account from AI Classroom. Yeah, that is great. So, how much time it is valid? Do you know if it is there for like let us say 3 to 4 months or something? It should be more than enough for you. So, guys, if you want to add any points, if you believe few months left, or else you can use Azure Pass as well. Yes, there are different ways, of course, for getting the free account. As long as you are having free account through any of the ways, because there are more than one, you should be able to use Azure for your experimental purposes. So yeah, high availability. I guess high availability is one of the most important part of cloud computing because that is one of the reasons why people will go for cloud computing. Like, let us say if you are having a traditional application, there is a very good chance you want to do an update, you want to do some maintenance, you have to bring the application down, you need to have some downtime on your application. And yeah, so fault tolerance is also one of the features. And after that we are having different kind of features, like latency is very less. And disaster recovery, of course, is also one of the biggest reasons why people will be using cloud computing. And security, kind of like one of the most interesting topics, because it is also the most debated topic. Like, some people will be there who are telling that cloud is not the most secure solution, and it is somewhat different, it is not a good thing, or whatever it is. Of course, different thoughts will be there. So yeah, here we are going to be having an interesting comparison. I hope you can see my slide, that what is capex versus opex. I hope that you are aware about these concepts. If you are not aware, then the full form is also given. Operational experiences, opex. Capital expenditure is capex. So I think you might have heard about, at least at some point, or else you might be aware about what these things are. So, or else if you are not aware, you can just share that you are not aware in the chat box. Not much aware. Okay, fine. So capital expenditure is the money that you are spending on physical infrastructure, like you are having server, or else you are having computer, any kind of things. So this is the kind of expenditure that is like one time. It kind of starts to reduce over time. It is not like it is increasing. Kind of like one time only it is there. And operational expenditure is pay as you go spending, which is there for almost all cloud providers. It is increasing over time, because as you are going in ahead, as you are spending time, as you are using services, your bill is going to increase or decrease, or whatever it is. So this is consumption based model. Now consumption based model is used by cloud service providers. Basically it means that it is pay as you go pricing. Whatever you are using is whatever you are paying for. And of course, since the cloud providers are using AI and ML, it is having the better cloud cost prediction. The prices for individual services are also provided, like and you are able to determine just how much you are able to spend, how much your cost is there. All of those things you are able to determine. And the billing is done on the usage of those services, like how much you are using. Now these are some of the, as you can see, that these are some of the cloud services, the type of cloud services, as you can see over here. So there is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. If you have heard about these things, you want to share anything in the chat, please feel free to go ahead and share. I would be more than happy to listen to what you have to say. I please try to be interactive as much as possible because that will help us also. That will help us to understand whether you are able to get what I am saying, or else you are having any problems. If you are having any problems, three services are there: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay. So apart from this, anyone else who wants to say something, please feel free to go ahead. So IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. It is the servers, virtual machines, storage, network, any kind of physical kind of things which you are getting. So they will come under IaaS. You are basically getting infrastructure in the pay as you go model. If we talk about platform as a service, so now platform as a service is providing an environment for you to build, for you to test and deploy any kind of applications. Now here what the additional thing will be there, apart from infrastructure as a service, you are seeing that you are getting some additional features. Now along with let us say virtual machine, you are getting operating system on that virtual machine, which basically gives it like an app service. Along with the storage, you are getting the development tools. Along with the database, you are getting database management. Along with some kind of application, you are getting some analytics as well. So that is the additional abstraction layer, in a way you can say, that you are getting. And for that only there is some additional cost, of course, that you have to pay, but apart from that, nothing else. So yeah. uh, yeah, Sanket just joined. So hi, Sanket, how are you, man? And if you want to introduce yourself, if you just want to say something, whatever you like, you can go ahead and introduce. You can talk about yourself. So next is, of course, software as a service. Now software as a service is what everyone might already be aware of. I hope that you have used Gmail, I guess, or you have used YouTube. All of these services are SAS services. Now here, whatever you want to develop, you want to use, you can go ahead and do that. So IES is having the servers and storage, it is having physical plant and building, so those things will be there. And PAS is having the operating systems, the different kind of tools. But along with that, like let us say if you want a complete application and you just want to focus on your work, then you can have the software as a service model. So this is a comparison of the different cloud services. We have got IaaS, we have got PaaS, we have got SaaS. So yeah, if you want to share some points that you are aware about regarding these services, please feel free to go ahead and talk about them. Um, Hello, Tarun. You are talking that Google Drive. So, what exactly you want to say? You want to say that it is a SaaS service? Then yes, it is a very interesting and one of the most widely used software as a service. Applications you can say. So yeah, that is a very interesting example, I guess, because everyone is already aware about. I gave the example of YouTube because you are watching it on YouTube, and it is the most directly relatable one. But if you are like a college student, you are having some assignments, you are doing the different kind of worksheets, then I guess yes, Google Drive will also be very relatable to you. Yes, OneDrive is also there. Yes, uh, please don't tell about Mega now because no one is aware about how Mega is providing so much storage. So it can be anything from, I mean, see, the thing is that yes, they are also. I mean, sorry, I am not supposed to criticize, but still. Anyways, okay. So IaaS, here you can see some of the points mentioned. I will just go through them. And IaaS, you can see as we were talking that you have to configure and manage the hardware on your own. In PaaS, the platform management is handled by the cloud service provider. And in SaaS, whatever the software is there, you are not only paying for the software, and you can, use the software as you like. You can do the different kind of applications on the basis of that software. So like you were telling about Google Drive, OneDrive, even YouTube, if you want to use YouTube for uploading videos, right? I mean, it's literally free. You are not exactly paying. You are paying, of course. I mean, that is a different discussion. Let us have it some other time. Maybe you can reach out to me on social media and we can talk about it. But I think you might already be aware about, how exactly you are paying on YouTube. I don't need to share because almost everyone is already aware about these things, and there is no shortage of knowledge in this world. If you are talking about Google Drive, once again, completely free service, but it is being paid on other areas, I guess. Um, we are having Google One, so it will constantly try to push you to buy Google One, and I think one more was there. Yeah, Google Workspace, of course, it will try to push you to have Google Workspace. So yeah, this is very once again very interesting thing. I think you should take screenshot of this slide, which is the shared responsibility model. I will give you some time. You can go through what is written, or else you can take screenshot and you can go through later. Whatever you like. Just feel free to jot down the points that are given over here somewhere. So here you can see why exactly this is so important. So this tells you about the responsibilities that you have as a user of cloud computing, and what things you have to take care of, and all of those other things. So here you can see that when you are having on-premise, all of the things are being managed by you only. But as we talked, that it is also causing a lot of headache for you. Like let us say if you're talking about any of the data, any of your applications, your runtime, your operating system, everything has to be managed by you. But if you're talking about IES, now some of the things the cloud provider is abstracting for you, you don't have to worry about those things. And that in a way you can say that it is a boon for you. because you don't have to worry about, let us say, compute or as networking or storage or anything like that. Here, if you are talking about platform as a service, once again, some more extra things will be taken care of by cloud provider. So the operating system, the virtual machine, the runtime will be taken care of by the cloud provider, and there is little bit less of overhead for you that you have to manage. In software as a service, you are able to see that some more extra things are there. Only your data you have to take care of. This entire stack, your cloud provider is taking care. But once again, of course, as I told, that your the part that you are managing, you have control over, is very less. So for some people this is bad. I mean, if you like this, then of course it would be great. Now, of course, one of the most interesting topics, once again, have you heard about serverless before? Do you think, anywhere, if you have heard what you have heard, can you please share in the chat box? I would really like to hear from you what things you have heard about serverless and where you have heard about this word, serverless computing. Have you heard about good things, or else you have heard about bad things? What you have heard? So, guys, please feel free to go ahead and share. I am waiting for your responses. And yes, there is a small giveaway, of course, at the end. I hope that you all like it. So, anyways, okay. So, serverless is a very interesting part of cloud computing. and in that whatever the automatic provisioning will be happening, and all of the infrastructure will be taken care of by the cloud service provider, and it is very interesting. Tarun Kumar is telling FAS, functions as a service. So yes, functions as a service, I guess. Yeah, you can count Azure functions over there. Azure is not billing it as a, as a functions as a service. I mean, but even though it is a functions as a service, it is giving, as you can see, it is telling that it is a platform for running your code without focusing on. So it is not calling it in that way, but yes, you can say it like that. So as you can see over here, Azure Functions allows you to focus on the code that is running on your service, not on your underlying platform or infrastructure. So if you have any kind of event and you want to execute the code based upon that event, you can use Azure Functions for that. One of the most interesting applications for this, one of the most well-known applications, I guess you can use this. I have been telling in a lot of my events. If you want to schedule birthday wishes for your friends, you can use Azure Functions for that. You can, send email or else WhatsApp message or something like that. Whatever you like, it completely depends upon just how much you are flexible, or just what things you are able to do and things. So Azure Logic Apps is also there. Azure Logic Apps is a cloud service. It is helping you to automate the tasks. It is helping you to orchestrate tasks and the different business processes. So what kind of things this will do? So like, let us say if you want to send email, if you want to integrate different kind of data sources, if you want to integrate different kind of work that you are doing, and for that you can use Azure Logic Apps. So yeah, I think yes, that is the end. I will just. I'm sorry. Yeah. If you are having any kind of doubts, that is the end of our presentation. I am having some other topics also. If you want to talk about, or else if you have any doubts, we can talk about doubts also. That is also fine.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to inform you all that you all must be able to see the Discord link of our Azure Developer Community, and we are continuously hosting many sessions on cloud computing and Microsoft Azure on various topics. Like this was the fundamental topic, this was the fundamental session, and if you guys want to learn more on Azure, on more advanced and more deep concepts of Azure, you can join our Discord server. We have regular quizzes where we do give away to top winners in form of like Microsoft merchandise, Microsoft Swags, you can say Microsoft Azure Passes, etc. You can connect with awesome folks, industry leading mentors, and you can get your things sorted for collaborations and community supports. Discord. Joining the community is best part. And now let's come to the part for which you all are waiting eagerly. It's about Azure Passes giveaway. Azure Passes worth $100 giveaway. So for all of you who want to avail the Azure Pass, so give me one sec, I'll share with you all. Yeah, see, I have shared one LinkedIn profile ID in the live comment section. You all must be able to see that on your screens as well. So I would highly recommend just go there, connect with us, and just send us that. Yes, I am really very interested in getting the Azure Pass, and I was present in the Azure Fundamental session by our mentor, Mr. Antriksh Pratham sir. And you'll surely be
Yeah.
eligible for getting the Azure passes. I would highly recommend, like John was asking, and Kausar was saying that he will be using. Tarun was there, and many other like Tarun Kumar, Nina- Sanket is here,
Send
and
nice photo also. Send nice photo of the session. We want proof
yeah,
that you are attending.
you can attach a screenshot that you were present in the session, and
Not
if you have
screenshot. Actually, even
any,
photo is nice. Selfie.
yep, anything out of the box if you think, please feel free to send us, and you can also send that to our mentor. If you have any other queries, you can connect with the mentor on Discord itself, or else give me one sec. I'll share the LinkedIn profile of our mentor. Yeah, I got it. Here's the profile. Once you'll go to the profile, you'll understand that, oh, this person was teaching us Microsoft Azure, so it's going to be awesome. I have shared the LinkedIn of Antriksh Pratham sir also. So, are you guys having any other queries, or else we are good to wrap up with the session?
If you are having any queries, or else if you just want to share something, like I think where is that?
Like we have
Causer.
started getting the request from Deepak K on our LinkedIn. So yes, you guys can also send us the request, and then we can proceed with the Azure passes giveaway. And yes, sir, you were saying something. Please carry on.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, if you want to say share something, if you just want to go ahead and just talk about something, like one person was telling he needs Azure for an internship. So yeah, please feel free to go ahead and share in the comments.
Yeah, you can share any of your experience regarding Azure cloud, anything. You can join our community Discord server as well, getting the notifications regularly. And sometimes learning can be rewarding as well. Just come play quiz with us, and you can get exciting rewards and swags from Microsoft as well. We have a question for you, sir. John is asking, sir, can you tell what all can we do on Azure other than creating virtual machines? Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, we had somewhat limited time, so we were not able to talk that much, I guess. How do I share? I I don't know. Give me 1 second.
Sir, I think to answer this question better, we can log into the Azure portal, and then we can show our audience that what all services are provided by Azure. If you could please.
Yeah, yeah, that is exactly what I'm trying to do actually. But I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay, I will share my complete screen. No issues.
What?
So first thing that you have to understand. Now these are few things. I guess I will try to share links if possible. I mean, Varun, if you can share in the chat box, it would be great. So one is about the free account. So in Azure free account, you are able to get if you are using a credit card, so that is kind of a disadvantage. But if you are using your credit card, you are getting most of the services free for over 10-12 months. You are getting 40 plus services, which is free for all time. You are getting 200 Azure credit, and for 30 days, as you can see over here. So that is very good if you want to experiment with Azure. There are different ways of getting Azure free access, of course, as we were discussing, that you can have Azure PaaS, you can have from Microsoft AI Classroom. But basic part over here is getting some Azure free access. Okay, and once you are able to do that, you are able to see that there are many examples over here. You can create the cross-platform mobile app. You can you can drive innovation. What exactly is there over here? So let us say if you are having an existing app, you want to modernize it, you want to uh, add some additional features to that app. How exactly will you be doing that? That also you can do over here. Apart from this is about the scalable website and the web workload. So for here, we were talking about Azure functions earlier. We were also talking about logic apps. DevOps is somewhat of an interesting topic, so I think I will have to take another session for that. So we are also having Azure bootcamp that I conducted. I think if it is there on this channel, you can go through, and that will cover at least some part of DevOps. Otherwise, we can you can feel free to reach out to me on social media, or else you can attend other sessions where we can talk about this. Here you can see some of the things that are provided free to you. So Azure SQL 250 GB, Azure Blob Storage 5 GB, Azure Event Grid 100,000 operations, Azure Functions 1 million requests, Azure App Service 10 applications you are getting, and Azure Virtual Machines 750 hours. B1S. So B1S is just a type of virtual machine. So there you are getting 750 hours. And apart from that, as he was telling, he wanted to see Azure Portal. So problem over here is if we try to provision, I think it can take somewhat extra time, which will stop us from discussing about other things. So we won't be doing that. Switch. Switch. Yeah. I, huh. So this is my own account. As you can see, my email address is also provided over here. You can see the different services that are provided. App services there, so resource group subscription is there. These are different. Machine learning is there over here. And I think I will have to see if anyone else. Azure Monitor is there, of course. And I think here also you can see a list: virtual machine, storage account, virtual network, Azure Active Directory. I guess everyone might already be aware about. There is Microsoft Defender. It is security solution. It may not be relevant to everyone. These are some of the important services. Of course, there are more than this. And yes, so this is also very interesting. I guess I will try to share all of these links. These are some virtual training days events. If you want to learn more about Azure, you can attend these events. So this is also there. So there are a lot of things that you can do with Azure. So I hope that answers your question, John. So anyone else who wants to say something, please feel free to go ahead. Can we get Jupyter Lab over here? So yes, you can get Jupyter Lab like environment. You of course cannot get Jupyter Lab like Azure has their own notebook solution which you can use. So yeah, by using it, you can get at least some level of similarity to what you will be getting on Azure notebooks on Jupyter Lab. So yeah.
So I'm sorry, I was on mute. I was saying you can just connect with us on LinkedIn. I have shared the LinkedIn link in the live chat, and you all must be able to see it on your screens as well. Just go and drop us a message that I was in the session with Antriksh sir, and I want to avail $100 Azure Pass, and you'll surely be getting the Azure Pass. No issues. If you have any other queries, you can directly put them in the chat sections, or else we are good to wrap up with the session. Are we having any other queries?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah,
If you
you
have
can
any doubts,
connect with.
please feel free to ask. Otherwise, no problem.
Yeah, and if you have any other queries in the future, you can join our Discord channel and you can ask there. So you'll be able to get your answer very soon with a highly experienced person answering your question, no issues. And if you want to know what is Azure Developer Community and what are the benefits of joining the communities, there are several sessions on this channel only. So you can just go and watch these sessions. So you'll be able to get what are the perks and benefits of being a part of a community. So I think there are no more doubts. And guys, final time announcement that you all are eligible for getting the Azure passes. You can connect us on LinkedIn and send us a message, and you'll be getting the Azure passes very soon, which you can use to create some awesome projects and do some hands-on practical sessions on Azure, which is really very costly. So you are going to be the privileged one. You need not do anything else. You can just go connect with us on our LinkedIn, which is being displayed on your screen, and then just send us a message. and we'll provide you with the Azure passes. Is there anything else, or we can finish with our session? Okay, I think there are no more doubts. So let's wrap up with the session. So before wrapping up with the session, a huge shout out to our mentor who came here, spent his time on the Sunday evening to deliver such a awesome session and deliver such precious knowledge to all our attendees. And thank you everyone for being such a nice and lovely audience, being here, spending your evening on Sunday on learning something new. I am sure that it would benefit you in learning, and you would have developed an interest in cloud computing in Azure. So stay tuned with us, and there are several many more sessions on different topics coming up. So till then, stay safe. Tata, bye bye, good night, see you.